students, here is the first problem. A Limited and B Limited agree to amalgamate and form a new company called C Limited. The balance sheet date of the amalgamation on 31st March 2015 is as under. So go through with that last point, that is prepare amalgamated balance sheet of C Limited under amalgamation in the nature of purchase. In the problem only they have specified this is the problem based on amalgamation in the nature of purchase. So first we have to identify where we have to transfer the liabilities and the assets. Share capital and reserves to be transferred to equity shareholders account, creditors and bank loan to be transferred to realization account, and even asset side fixed assets, stock, debtors and cash, all the four assets to be transferred to realization account. The consideration was to be based on the net asset of the company. Again, the purchase consideration to be calculated on the net asset method, but subject to an additional compensate 90,000 to A Limited to its super profit. So you know that super profit means that is goodwill. The excess of profit we call it as a goodwill, that they are paying 90,000 to A Limited, that is as goodwill, that is only for A Limited. Along with the assets, even they are paying for the goodwill also. The shares of C Limited were to be issued to A Limited and the B Limited at a premium and in the proportion to its the agreed net assets. C Limited proposed to issue 12,000 shares of 10 each at a price of rupees 15 per share. So neglect the 12,000, just consider the face value is 10 rupees but the discharging at the 15 rupees. So here they have not specified how many shares they are discharging, but they have specified that they are discharging the purchase consideration in the form of equity share capital. So first we have to calculate that purchase consideration. In the problem only they have specified. And one more thing, calculate the number of shares issued to A Limited and the B Limited. Ignore that second point, that you have to pass closing interest, but closing interest is not important. Instead of that I have prepared ledger accounts and opening interest in the books of, that is ledger accounts in the books of A Limited and B Limited, opening interest in the books of C Limited. And you have to prepare the balance sheet. Balance sheet na ನೀವೇ prepare ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. So that we have identified, that is problem amalgamation in the nature of purchase, and the second thing that we have to calculate the purchase consideration and net asset method.